Hey everybody, it's Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing, and I just did two videos. Some hard baits on jerk baits and square bills, and I've been kind of going through my stuff, getting ready for the summertime fishing, and I went through my deep diving crankbaits. I figured I'll do a quick video on that. I said we always say quick video, and then they wind up being 20 minutes or 40 minutes long, but I don't think this one will take as long. So I figured let me just do a quick one on some of the deep diving crankbaits that I like the best. Some of the ones I'm going to show you, they don't make anymore, like I always do, because when I first started throwing like a deeper dive in crankbait, my favorite was the pose, the super cedars, and these aren't plastic, these are cedar, these are wooden baits, and this was my favorite crankbait for many years when I first started crankbait fishing back in the day. You can find these on eBay. Obviously, don't make them anymore, but this pose super cedars were my these ones don't die. These are also posed. They aren't as deep a divers, but I still got a few of them laying around. And I'm sure if I cleaned them up and put new hooks on them, I could catch fish with them. But that was like the first serious deep diving crankbait I ever threw. Then as I kind of got more into it, I did very well with these the Man's 20 plus, and you can still get the Man's 20 plus. They don't have a wide range of colors, I don't think, but it's a good crankbait. I think they have a 30 plus also. But this was, I used to catch a lot of fish on these on the reservoirs back in the day. You can tell the older ones compared to the newer ones. Like this is actually a newer Man's 20 plus. And a nice 20-foot, deep diving crankbait. The Mans aren't real expensive. $8 probably. I think they are like on a tackle warehouse. So you can still get the Man's 20 plus if you want. Another of the early ones I used to throw, and this kind of has a funny lip. This is the old Lure Jensen Hot Lips Express. I don't think they make these anymore. I'm sure probably on eBay you can find them, but look at the bill on that. These dive really deep, and I used to catch fish on these a lot. I used to like this one. I actually is a newer one, I think, that I put some triple grips on. So it probably wasn't too long ago I was throwing this. But the old Hot Lips Express, I didn't see these on Tackle Warehouse, so I don't know if they still make them. So I think it might be discontinued, but I'm sure you can find them on eBay if you really wanted to try it. It's a rattling bait, but nice deep diver. Nice deep bill. They even had the smaller one. Like that's a small bait, but look at the lip on it. So you can get that little bait down pretty deep. That's a Lure Jensen also. So those are like the more of the discontinued, baits that, you don't see around anymore. The old Lure Jensens is another one. Big bill. Like this is the one that isn't quite as deep a diver. More of a rounded body. This one's kind of more longer, thinner. But if you could find, if you want to throw them, I'm sure you could find some on eBay. Here's the old Bill Dance Fat Free Shad, one of the early, this is actually the Mark Davis series when he won the Classic. What was that? 1995. So 1995 Classic, a long time ago. But the old Fat Free Shads, and they are on. You can still get them from Bomber. Like this one here, I think is a newer type one. Even though I can't remember the last time I bought a Bomber Fat Free Shad. But another classic of the deep dive and crankbaits line. Probably the next deep diving crankbait that I really got into, that I do throw a lot still today, is the Norman DD22. So down deep 22. So here's your 20-foot diver, big bill. This color especially, this purple with that chartreuse, was one of my favorite colors here. That one and probably this one, that blue chartreuse. So usually when I'm getting ready to go out and go cranking, I'll definitely have my DD22s with me. And they got some of the darker colors like the black and red. You can always tell with those eyes. There's your Norman DD22s with those eyes on there. More of a shad type color. Every time I go through like a Bass Pro or something, I always pick up a couple. It seems like if I see a DD22 color I like, I'll always grab a few. I've also got a lot of, everybody's got probably the Strike King, the 6XD. Very, very solid deep diving crankbait. There's your 6XD, nice crawfish pattern, and this one just happens to have one of those little clips on there. I always like to use that speed clip when I'm cranking, so I can change my bait colors quick. But you can't go wrong with a Strike King 6XD. Tons of colors. I took a few out. I didn't take, I got a couple big boxes of crankbaits. I didn't take them all out, but you guys get the idea. Anybody who's done any cranking, I'm sure, is throwing a 6XD. And the 6XD is not a tremendously expensive bait, $6-7. A lot of these crankbaits that I'm showing you are not super expensive. Now, if you want to go really big for Strike King, you could go with the 10XD. That's the 10XD. Well, that's like a almost a 2-ounce bait, and I only have a couple of them. They're a little more. I think they're like $12 or $13. These big crankbaits, I haven't really thrown them a ton because they will wear you the heck out. And it's a lot of effort cranking these big 10XDs around out there on the water. I've thrown them a little, but I've thrown the 6XDs, the Mans 20 plus, the Norman 22s. I've thrown them a lot more. But if you want to go with those really big, deeper diver crankbaits, there you go. But stretch your shoulder out before you get chucking. Another deep diving crankbait line that I have a few of is the Spro, and this is the which one is this? I remember. This is the Little John Super DD20 Super D. What is that? 90, I think. That's the 90. I think that's the biggest one I'm making. It's almost kind of, I don't want to say a square bill, but it's got that squared off nose. But this is a deep diver. And this is like the next size down. I think this might be the 70, so you can see the difference. Same color. I think I got this color for fishing up on Oneida Lake. But I have a few of the Spros. Like I said, I think this is the 70 with a little deeper bill, or a bigger bill. I think it's like the smaller bait with the bill. Now this one obviously won't run as deep. It depends on how deep you want to get your bait. I'm trying to get, if I'm fishing in 15 feet, I want to get to like 18 or 20 so I can, knock that crankbait along the bottom. Another crankbait that's new to the market somewhat for the last couple of years is the Berkeley Dredger. And I got a few of them. Caught a few fish on them. I haven't thrown them a ton yet, but they're nice crankbaits. This is the 25.5 footer. So for a smaller bait to get down to 25 feet, that's pretty awesome. So that's what these are new. So you can see they're all beat up. That's your Berkeley Dredger, which is a nice, affordable, deep diving crankbait. I've got like 4 different colors of that. You guys can see that really good on there. Nice colors. Now the Dredger will cost you $8, $9, $10, depending on where you get it. I got a few of those. The last ones I'm going to show you are my 6 cents, and this is the Cloud 9. This is the C20. So this is like your 20-foot diver. Let's see on the 6 cents. Yeah, 18 to 20. This is the C20. I'm on I got the 6 cents website up, and these will go 18 to 20, 22 feet deep divers. Now, if you want to go big again, you can go with the C25, and that's a big crankbait. Get a bill on that. Now, I have thrown these around too, and these will wear you the heck out. So if you're going to go for a day of throwing real deep divers, this is that C25. But like all 6 cents baits, great, awesome colors, the great triple grip hooks, really sharp. I haven't thrown like the big C25 and the Strike King 10XD. I haven't thrown them a lot. I've thrown this one more, the 20. The 20 is a bit of a workout too. It pulls a lot of water. But they're beautiful baits. I've got a few more of the Show you a couple more of the 6 cents. So here's the 25s. So here I'll show you the difference in the bill between that 25 and that 20. So here's the 25 on the right and the 20 on the left. But I mean, as beautiful as these baits are, $10, not terrible. Not terrible. So there's more of the 25s. I think I probably have more of the 25s than I have of the, I think that's a 25 also. Yep. But great colors, great colors. So if you want to do some deep, you know, crankbaits with some deep, or some big, you know, big size bait, you know, this is like 3 3/4 inch bait. You know, that's a big bait. You know, great colors though, great colors. And I think the rest of these I have in here are all the big, you know, these are all the C25s. I think last time I got some deep diving cranks, I went with all C25s. That's one more. I mean, 6 cents colors are just awesome. You know, you can get the C6 at 6 cents. You can get the C10. You know, C15, depending on how deep a water you're fishing. You know, if your lake or pond, whatever you're fishing, is only 10 feet deep, you don't need a C25. You know, you can get you know, you can get away with your C15. But it all depends on how deep you want to go. If I'm out here in the reservoirs and I'm fishing in 25 feet, you know, I may, you know, chuck one of these. See how far I can get it down with like 10-pound fluoro. But you got to be in. You got to be ready for a workout. So that's really the deep diving crankbaits that I like to throw the best. Like I said, if I was going to go out tomorrow and go deep cranking, I'm sure I would probably start off with probably a Norman, you know, and see what depth they're at, see if that's getting down deep enough. And as the day goes on, try some of these bigger ones, you know, just try some of these bigger, you know, crankbaits, you know, get them down there to those depths where those fish, you know, that are pulled off now. They're getting more into their summer pattern. The spawn's over. You know, I don't really pull out the old ones as much as I used to, but I still got them. I don't really throw the pose anymore. I was just looking online the other day, just out of curiosity, and there are some on eBay. You know, it's a little pricey. It's a little pricey if you want a classic bait like that, but they are nice. They are nice, and you think back to when you used to catch a lot of fish on them. But you know, I'm just throwing these on, you know, my regular cranking stick, my Ardent cranking rod, or my Abu Garcia Vendetta. You know, anything that's medium. I like a medium rod more. When I'm throwing these, you know, like if I was going to throw the Berkeley Dredger, the Norman DD22, the Mans 20 Plus, you know, the Strike King 6XD, I would probably use my medium Ardent rod. You know, when I'm getting into these bigger ones, I might go to a medium heavy. You know, a 6-3-1 reel, 10-pound fluoro. I don't really go to 8 ever. I do read a lot of articles that David Fritz writes, and I've read things where he throws braid. I've read where he throws fluorocarbon. I've read where he throws a line that you can't find. So, you know, back in the day we were throwing crankbaits on mono, which is fine too. You know, whatever line you like the best. I prefer the fluoro, you know, like a 10-pound fluoro, and you know, Sunline, and that I can throw any of these on that. You know, if I'm going to spend a day and really throw these big ones, and you know, dedicate a day to it, I may go to 12. I may go to a medium heavy rod, but like those big ones are something I need to work on more and get better at. The feel and what reel is best for them. What gear ratio is best for them. I'm usually using just like a 6-3-1. You know, I do have a 5-3-1 slower reel that I kind of use for my swim bait fishing because I want to really, you know, force myself to fish slower and creep those along the bottom. But that's it, guys. So if there's any, like I said, if there's any of these you want to see more of, just let me know. But deep cranking's fun. I enjoy doing it in the summertime when you get to the dog days and that water's up, you know, 80 degrees and those fish are down a little deeper. And it's a fun way to fish. And you know, when you find them, you know, you can really load up the boat with them. So that's it for my my deep cranking. I kept this one under 20 minutes, which is good. And I think that's all I got. So hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions about any of these, just put it in the comments below. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.